When talking about classic films of the 60s, it's impossible not to mention Gilligan's Island, a program that has been attached to the childhood of millions of viewers. The stories of 7 survivors on a deserted island after a shipwreck brought unforgettable laughter and emotions. But have you ever wondered what those familiar faces are like now? After more than half a century, what major changes have the lives of the actors undergone? How did they grow out of the spotlight? And what does the legacy they leave behind mean to future generations? Join us from a journey from the moment they made TV history to the turning points in their lives to better understand the people who brought us one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. Jim Backus played Thurston Howell III, a wealthy and arrogant millionaire who often causes humorous situations with his lavish lifestyle. Howell is a confident, arrogant man but also loves his wife, Lovey Howell. In 1964, when filming, Jim Backus was 51. He passed away in 1989 at 76 from Parkinson's disease. He was married twice and had 2 daughters. He married Henny Backus in 1943 and they lived happily until his death. Backus was also a famous voice actor, especially for his role as Mr. Magoo, and participated in many charity activities throughout his life.
You know, my instructor had legs like steel bands, arms like iron bars, and hands like claws. With it all, a very charming young lady, with the fan, the tea.
Well, I went over and I called Mayor D and I said, "This is Jim Backus." He said, "We're 2-hour wait for tables." It's quite hard.
Bob Denver played Gilligan, a naive and clumsy sailor who always causes funny situations and trouble on the island. Gilligan is a person with a kind heart, always ready to help his friends even though he causes trouble. In 1964, when filming, Bob Denver was 29. He passed away in 2005 at 70 due to complications from cancer. He married 4 times and had 4 children. He married Dreamer Perry in 1979 and they lived happily together until his death. Denver was also a radio host and participated in charity throughout his life.
Fly. If there is a man with a net on this island, he'd be after you.
Oh, Skipper, really, I was minding my own business fishing. Wait for me. Wait for me, little butterfly.
Canceled for a funny reason, which won't go into network thinking again. And,
no, what was the network thinking? No, come on.
No.
See, there's that thunderous ovation.
Dawn Wells played Mary Ann Summers, a sweet and simple girl from Kansas. Mary Ann is a gentle, hardworking woman who is always ready to help everyone on the island. In 1964, when filming, Dawn Wells was 26. She passed away in 2020 at the age of 82 due to COVID-19. She was married to Larry Rosen from 1962 to 1967 but had no children. She was an active social activist and participated in many charity campaigns. Wells is also an author and has written many books about his life and career.
I have the seaweed, the palm fronds, and the coconut shells the professor asked me to get for the skipper's allergy test.
I've got samples of all of my cosmetics, including 1 perfume guaranteed to drive any...
Very funny, very warm about sharing his humor. He would say, "Cut out that word, you'll get a bigger laugh." Or he and Natalie, Mrs. Howell, had this running thing.
Tina Lewis played Ginger Grant, a glamorous and famous movie star. Ginger is a confident, charming woman who knows how to attract everyone's attention. In 1964, when filming, Tina Lewis was 30 years old. Now she's 90 years old and is the last surviving member of the main cast. She was married to host Les Kane from 1966 to 1971 and had a daughter named Caprice Crane, who later became an MTV producer and novelist. Louise was also an active campaigner for charities and a strong advocate for children's education. She has starred in many famous movies and TV shows, such as The Stepford Wives and Dallas.
The island. You take Ginger and Gilligan. Mr. and Mrs. Howell will come with me.
Professor?
Yes?
What if the headhunters see us before we rescue Mary Ann?
Well, that's a chance we'll have to take. Yes, we'll just have to be real.
It's such a, hit. Yeah. That, I feel after COVID, we really need bright colors, and I like everybody wearing bright colors.
Alan Hale Jr. played Jonas Skipper Wamby, captain of the SS Minnow and Gilligan's close friend. Skipper is a strong and decisive man, but also very kind and always protects the members on the island. In 1964, when filming, Alan Hale Jr. was 43. He passed away in 1990 at 68 from cancer. Hale Jr. was married twice and had 4 children. He married Naomi Ingram. They lived happily together until his death. Hale Jr. was also a soldier during World War II and participated in many charity activities, often visiting children in hospitals, dressed as Skipper.
Excuse me, sir.
You're no butterfly.
Are you looking for something?
Of course I'm looking for something.
For a
Hyatt. That's
yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying with great glee on the television station that hasn't got type big enough for me to read. That's crazy.
Russell Johnson played Professor Roy Hinckley, an intelligent and talented professor who always finds a way to help the island members with his scientific knowledge. He's a calm, rational man who always remains calm in all situations. In 1964, when filming, Russell Johnson was 40 years old. He passed away in 2014 at 89 from kidney failure. He was married twice and had 3 children. He married Constance Dane in 1982, and they lived happily until his death. Jason was also a World War II veteran, receiving many medals for his bravery.
And we better check. She may have met with an accident.
Come on. Marianne! Marianne!
But he was naturally a funny fellow, and stuff just tumbled out of him. And he would do this grumbling ad lib. You know, he had played Mr. Magoo.
Natalie Schafer played Mrs. Lovey Howell, wife of Thurston Howell III, and a wealthy, charming woman who always maintained a noble demeanor. Lovey is a smart, sophisticated woman who always supports her husband in every situation. In 1964, when filming, Natalie Schafer was 64. She passed away in 1991 at 90 years old from cancer. Schafer was married to actor Louise from 1933 to 1942 but had no children. She also had a long-term relationship with Maurice Hill, an English actor, until his death in 1986. She was a shrewd real estate investor and left behind a large portion of her estate to donate to charity after her death.
$1 bills.
You call that a terrible dream?
Well, they were brand new and they were hurting my little tootsies.
Aw, I had a dream too, dear.
We had such fun together, and we missed being...
We worked so well together. All those years, we never had one word that was one crossword, one word, and nothing we...
Kurt Russell played Jungle Boy, a boy who lives in the jungle on an island. Kurt Russell is a famous actor whose career spans from childhood. In 1965, when filming, Kurt Russell was 14. Now he's 73 years old and continues to work in the entertainment industry. He was married to Susan Hapley from 1979 to 1983 and had a son. He then started a relationship with actress Goldie Hawn in 1983, and they've lived happily together since then. They have a son named Wyatt Russell, who's also an actor. He's famous for his many roles in films such as Escape from New York, The Thing, and The Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Well, where were you when I needed you? Skipper!
Skipper!
Anybody?
Anybody!
Don't do that.
And Goldie one day said, "So how's the Stockholm Syndrome coming along?" I said, "Well, it's funny you should say that." I said, we don't talk very much. And so Jennifer...
Nehemiah Persoff played Pancho Hernando Gonzalez Enriquez Rodriguez, a colorful and humorous character. Nehemiah Persoff is an Israeli-American actor whose career spanned more than 50 years. In 1965, when filming, Nehemiah Persoff was 46. He passed away in 2020 at 102 due to heart failure. He served in the U.S. Army during World War II and later pursued an acting career with more than 200 roles in films and TV shows. He married Thea Persoff in 1951 and they had 4 children. After retirement, he turned to painting and created more than 250 works of art.
Pancho Hernando González Enriquez Rodriguez, ex-presidente de la República de Puerto Rico.
And I'm George Washington, ex-president of the United States.
Ah, you have been exiled too.
No.
In Russia by the name of Stanislavski, who decided that he had a method that would help people go from...
Vito Scotti played Dr. Boris Belinkov, a crazy scientist who often causes trouble for the island members. Dr. Belinkov is a smart man, but also very strange and dangerous. In 1965, when filming, Vito Scotti was 47 years old. He passed away in 1996 at 78 from lung cancer. He was married twice and had 2 children. He was married to Irene Scotsary from 1949 until her death in 1979. Then he remarried Beverly Scotti, and they lived happily together until his death. Scotti is a versatile actor, known for his ability to play a variety of roles in more than 200 films and TV shows.
Igor, we have found a guinea pig.
It was already scheduled. We had to take him when we could, but it doesn't matter. But this matter is this. We are going to transport Professor Milo Schnitzler out of the country, and America will lose one of its...
Chick Hearn plays commentator, a sports commentator. Chick Hearn, real name Francis Dale Hearn, is a famous sports commentator, especially for the Los Angeles Lakers basketball team. In 1967, when filming, Chick Hearn was 51. He passed away in 2002 at 85 due to heart surgery. He was famous for his agile and creative commentary style, and he invented many popular basketball terms such as slam dunk and airball. He married Marge Jeffers in 1938 and they had 2 children, Gary and Shannon, both of whom predeceased him. Hearn is remembered as one of the greatest sports commentators in history.
Full of top-secret instruments. We can't risk the chance of having him fall into the hands of some unfriendly nation. Well, I hate to do this, Admiral, but we can't.
It makes it a lot easier. We all know that. Always have a superstar or more. That makes our broadcast a lot easier.
Absolutely. Bob Miller, here he is.
Eddie Little Sky played Native, one of the indigenous people appearing on the island. Eddie Little Sky, real name Esso Wallace Little, is a Native American actor. In 1965, when filming, Eddie Little Sky was 39. He passed away in 1999 at 71 from lung cancer. Little Sky served in the U.S. Navy during World War II and later worked in the film industry with more than 60 roles in films and TV shows, primarily in Native American roles. He married Dawn Gates, who later became an actress under the name Dawn Little Sky. They had 5 children. After retiring, he served as the director of the Oglala Dakota Tribes Parks and Recreation Department.
Bula Bula, obviously a Yale man.
You know, Skigawagaba, Daga, and Skigawag.
He keeps pointing at you, Skipper.
You know,
Who is your favorite character in Gilligan's Island, and what do you think when some actors have passed away? Leave your comments below this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to wait for my next videos. Thank you.